Read Primordial Rimuru by H_ZZ17. New members. Milam. MMH. Milam wakes up in her room. She's on her queen-sized light pink bed. She rolls over and covers her head with her dark blue pillow. The bed reminded Milam of her mother and father, who had been murdered not too long ago by people who were upset with Veldanaba's preference to his family in the Naskar kingdom. The event would have severely traumatized Milam further if she was awake when it happened. Veldanaba and Lucia made sure to go to the part of the castle furthest from Milam's room. However, they were intercepted by their assassins at the throne room. Milam, being quite wise for her age, understood what happened, and tried to not get overly attached to her anger, since her parents' murderers have all been killed by her uncle Rudra, who was just as, or even more distraught than herself. Milam had Gaia as her best friend. Gaia was given to her by her father, intended to be a companion. She suspects that he knew about his shortcomings and wanted to leave something behind for her. Gaia. Yan. Milam. Gaia. Gaia. Yeah, Milam Onisan? Milam. Oh Onisan. Milam gasps, jumping out of bed, shocked and staring at the person who was sleeping in her bed. He has a light complexion, wore simple clothing, has dark blue hair of medium length similar to Veldanaba, and is shorter than Milam, reaching to just her shoulders. He yawns again lazily and stretches his arms up into the air, clearly unfazed by Milam's sudden reaction. He jumps out of bed and starts poking Milam. Gaia. Hey, are you okay? Their matching blue eyes met each other. Milam stutters as she responds. Milam. You are you Gaia? Gaia. Yep, that's me. Bang. Ramirez. Milam? Milam? Is everything alright in here? Rain. Yeah. I heard you shout, so I came as fast as possible. Milam. Everything's fine. Gaia's just turned into a human, I think. Ramirez. Oh wow. I guess that guy really can be useful for something. Rain. I know, right? He gives me pocket money from time to time, but it's not enough, so I steal borrow some from Misery. Ramirez. I think she's called Misery because of everything you do to her. Rain. So that's Gaia, right? Milam. Yay. Gaia. Yeah, I'm Gaia. Hello, Aunt Rain. Rain. Could you call me Oni-san? Gaia. Okay, Rain Oni-san. Rain. Kawaii. Teehee. Ramirez. Oh, quit it, Rain. It won't make you any younger than you already are. Rain. TCH. Well, I don't think Milam-chan minds. Milam. No, I do mind. Gaia is my little brother, so I'm the only one he's calling Ne-san. Gaia. Milam Ne-san, don't get too mad. Milam. Don't worry, Gaia-kun, it's fine. You're my only little brother, you know. Ramirez. Sob, Milam-chan's growing up. Rain. Wah, I don't want to call her Milam-san. Guy. Will you all just calm down already? Geez. Ramirez. Guy, will you read the room and show some heart for once? Rain. Yeah, don't you care about Milam-chan's growth at all? Guy. I do care, but you all seem like you care more about who's called what. Ramirez. Hush, Guy, it's like another name, a title. Rain. Yeah. What Ramirez said, Guy. Sigh, just get this over with quick because Misery's already prepared breakfast. Gaia. Oh, can we get breakfast? Milam. Sure, let's go. Milam's smile is brighter and more radiant than ever before. She hasn't smiled like this ever since both her parents died. It's like a dream. She never thought of Gaia as anything more than a loyal companion. Now, she sees him as a little brother to protect. She vowed to ensure his safety and happiness above all else. Another ultimate assembly, undetermined time frame. Guy. It's nice to see that Milam's got a reliable bestie. I mean, I'm technically Milam's friend, but I'm also her uncle. It's good to see her happy, but really the ultimate assembly, and the strongest club, sucks. I doubt there would be anyone who wants to join a group with such lame names. Milam. And the newest members of the strongest club is Gaia, DeGruel, Luminous Valentine, and Dino. Guy stared dumbfounded at the figures in front of him. They were standing around the table, looking a little impatient, and Luminous was the only one to bring two subordinates. Guy. What, Guy? Wow. You all found pretty strong people really fast. Ramirez. Of course. Why wouldn't we be able to do something as easy as this? Rain. We figured it best to hold a meeting when the time was right. Milam. I trained Gaia Ni-chan a lot to make him stronger. Guy. And they all agreed to join. Gaia. Of course. I want to stay with Ne-san. DeGruel. I was told that this group consists of only the strongest individuals. It'd be best to join a group of such standing. I sparred with one of the members and I deemed the group's title to be true, for now. DeGruel was looking at Rain and Guy when he said that. Guy. So that's why she wanted me to fight him. She told me it was about Veldanava or whatever. Luminous. HMPH. If that DeGruel's joining this club, then I am of course obligated to join as well. Dino. Dunno. Food I guess. Guy. Is that your reason for joining after all? Ramirez. Well, Guy? Who did you find? Gulp. Milam. Yeah. I wonder who Uncle Guy chose. I bet they're gonna be really strong. Gulp. Gulp. Rain. Or maybe he didn't find anyone because of how obsessed he is with himself. Oh, just shut up, Rain. Guy. Oi, Rain. Am I wrong? Guy. Well, the person I found is Rimuru. Rimuru? Who? Guy. Come on out, Rimuru. A masked individual with cyan hair appeared standing next to Dino. Rimuru was about the same height as Dino and wore a black costume, the very same costume that he wore when he went to Walpurgis for the first time. The group was slightly startled because they couldn't detect Rimuru's presence. Rain. Wah, Milam. I knew Uncle Guy would find someone interesting. Ramirez. Who is this? Guy. This is Rimuru. Ramirez. But who the hell is this guy? Rimuru. Hello everyone, my name is Rimuru Tempest. Milam. Hi Rimuru. I'm Milam Nava. Wanna fight after this meeting? Rimuru. Maybe later. Guy. Sit down, everyone. As Guy said that, 5 chairs manifested around the table, and each of the new members took a seat at a random spot. Most of them had their eyes on Rimuru. Dino was the exception, and immediately slacked onto the table, put his head on his crossed arms and started sleeping. Guy. Introductions aside, thanks everyone for joining. Milam. Hey Misery, could you bring the chicken please? Guy. This? Club, Ramirez. Guy the first was wondering, what is this neat meeting place you've got? I didn't see this back at the castle. Guy. Well, that's because this is a completely different dimension. It's convenient, easy to alter and prevents possible spying. Ramirez. What do you mean, alter, Guy? Like this. Guy lifted his arm and the meeting space expanded significantly, before shrinking it back to its original size. Milam. Whoa. That's so cool, Uncle Guy. Luminous, uncle? Guy. More like an adoptive uncle. DeGruel, ahem. The group stopped talking and looked over to DeGruel. He was a patient man, but still refrained from beating around the bush and had things to do at his own country. He personally thought the group's existence was to merely assist in Guy's role as a mediator, which he thought was assigned by Veldanava. However, what DeGruel doesn't know was that Veldanava was spouting nonsense and Guy never accepted the role. DeGruel. What is the aim, or purpose of this group? Will you plan to announce this group out into the world to pressure humanity? Guy. Well, Milam. I just thought it'd be interesting to have a group of really strong people, right uncle? Why are you asking me now? You made this group. Guy. What Milam says is mostly true. We are planning to announce to the world of our presence, as this is also a way to manage the world and keep it on its toes. Since we are all powerful and influential beings, it's beneficial to keep in contact and update each other on the circumstances of the world. We could also help each other if there's any significant issues. Rain. Wow, really? I thought this was just a tea party. Ramirez. It is. Don't be misled by Guy, he's probably just trying to make you all leave. You idiot. I'm trying to make them stay. Luminous. I'm not opposed to cooperation and it does seem favorable to have the backing of powerful individuals, however. Guy. However. Luminous. What kind of name is the strongest club? It's like you all let a toddler pick the name for the group.
Rain. What the hell did you say? Milam. Hey, it's a good name. The best name. The strongest name.
Ramirez. Yeah, it solidifies our standing as the strongest and most powerful group in the world. Guy. I've got a suggestion. Rain. Shut the pack up, Guy. DeGruel. I'm also inclined to agree with Luminous. I'd prefer a more professional, tidy and less generic name for a group I'm participating in which will be announced into the world. Rain. Generic? When I beat you up you'll be less than a generic corpse. Guy. Oi everyone, quiet down. Food's here. In an act of saving grace, Misery arrived with a few demon attendants who presented exquisite cuisine for the group, making them forget their squabble. The first course was fresh sashimi and sushi, followed by fried chicken requested by Milam and Ramirez, followed by a couple other great meals. Dino. Damn, this is pretty good. Rain lifts her head, giving a proud look even though she hasn't contributed anything. Misery could do nothing but sigh as she takes the dirty dishes away. Rimuru. Back to our previous conversation, I think we should call this group the Demon Lord Council. Guy thought it was better to have someone else like Rimuru recommend the changes instead of himself, since Rain or someone else would always shut him up before he could comment. Now he just has to hope the resistance to this name change would be minimal. Luminous. I support the suggestion made by this, Rimuru. DeGruel. I also concur. Milam. Wow, that's actually a pretty good name. Ramirez. I agree, it sounds intimidating. Rain. And I'm a demon too, so it all works out. What? Milam. You're pretty good at names, aren't you? Ramirez. I'm already starting to like you, Rimuru. Rain. Are you kidding me? Guy. I guess the change is official then. Milam. Now the Demon Lord Council has 9 members, awesome. Ramirez. Yes, the biggest number yet. Rain. Everyone just be on the lookout for strong people and if they catch your eye feel free to invite them.
Guy. As long as said individual has the backing of at least 2 other demon lords, and also you should announce to have a meeting to discuss the matter, or any matter in particular. Milam. The Ultimate Assembly. Luminous. Ultimate Assembly. Seriously. Guy. Well, I have a. Rain. No, you don't. Guy. I didn't even say.
Rain. Don't need to hear it. Luminous. I'd appreciate if the meeting name was changed as well. I'm sure you all can understand my feelings of announcing to my subordinates that I'm going to this assembly. Milam. How about we let Rimuru pick a name again? Ramirez. Yeah, I think Rimuru's gonna be our official name picker for the council. Rimuru. Eehee, thanks for the compliments, but I don't know how I feel about that title. Milam. Come on. What's the name you chose? Rimuru. How about Walpurgis? Ramirez. Sasuga, Rimuru's done it again. Milam. Wahahaha. I knew I could count on you, Rimuru. Guy fully slouched on his seat and continued to let Rimuru take the wheel for him. His eyes danced around the table, stopping at Gaia, who had been silent all this time, who was sitting very close to Milam and waving his legs about. Guy couldn't help but feel a bit of sympathy for Gaia for practically having the presence of air, or so he thought. Luminous. Furthermore, I'd like to know a bit about the members of this council. Rain. Oh, how much are you gonna? Ramirez. Rain, don't be rude to the guests. Rain. HMPH. Fine. Luminous. Of course, I'll also divulge a bit about myself. Guy. All right. This was anticipated and will be helpful in determining our titles henceforth. Shoot, I kinda forgot about titles, maybe I should just toss them out and assign them. Guy. Misery, please KNT reduce the current members of the council. Guy also sent a psychic message concerning the things that Misery should say. Misery. Very well, Guy-sama. I shall now introduce the current members of the Demon Lord Council. Demon. Lord of Darkness. Guy Crimson. Fairy, the Labyrinth. Ramirez. Dragonoid, the Destroyer. Milam Nava. Demon, Lady of Mischief. Rain. Rain. Ha. Wait. Why am I called the Lady of Mischief? Guy. What are you talking about? It suits you. Rain. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Milam. Ah, I get it now. I think Uncle Guy's talking about all those pranks you play on him. Rain. What do you mean just me? It was a team effort, you snitch. Guy. Milam. Ooh, is that so? I didn't think so. Ramirez. And this is our club. Welcome, Luminous. Looks interesting, to say the least. Dino. Do you have refills? I'm still kinda hungry. Rain. I'm still concerned that you brought forward this idea about titles without our knowledge. I'm especially disappointed with you, Misery. You're supposed to tell me about stuff like this. Misery kept her eyes closed, but Guy could tell that her left eye twitched a little. That was typical of Rain, casually brushing her mistakes or slackiness onto others. Guy. You guys won't have titles yet since you're all new to the council. It'd be good if you can share something that's your forte, or maybe a good idea for your titles. If not, then we'll observe and find a suitable title. Guy said this half-heartedly. He didn't really want to consider other titles besides the ones he remembered from the previous timeline, nor did he want to diverge more information than what's necessary. Luminous. HMPH, I just hope that whatever title you come up with will at the very least not be derogatory. Guy. You can count on it. There's nothing more to discuss, unless any of you have other topics to disclose. That was more of a statement. Guy hoped that Milam and Rain in particular won't pull some nonsense from somewhere, and so he rushed to close the meeting. Misery approached the table and reintroduced the members of the Demon Lord Council, before the doors behind Rimuru, Luminous, DeGruel and Dino opened, allowing them to leave. Luminous wasted no time and left with her two subordinates, sneaking a glance at Rimuru. DeGruel solemnly marched back to his own domain. Rimuru followed suit, politely farewelled the council and exited the dimension, leaving everyone else who is still seated. Dino. Can I stay here? Guy. The food service isn't permanent, nor is it free. Dino. Oh come on, I joined this council or club whatever you call it, didn't I? Exactly, how is that an argument? Rain. Oi, if you don't want to go to sleep permanently, then get back to where you came from. Dino. MMMH. Fine. Dino groaned lazily and lifted himself out of his seat. He trotted laboriously as if conveying his annoyance and reluctance.
Rain. Hurry up, you freeloader. Rain released a powerful blast that sent Dino flying into the door and out of the dimension.
Ramirez. I can somewhat respect his strength at least. I don't think he's very much scathed from Rain's attack. Rain. I was going easy on him, since he did just join, so I gave him a warning. Guy sighed and leaned back on his chair, which was sneakily made to be comfier than the others. He glanced to the side and saw that both Milam and Gaia left already. Looking back at Rain and Ramirez, they started bickering over the treatment and invitation of members.